I'm Evelyn Linwood. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I am a fantasy author and my debut novel comes out May 8th. Its title is Showing Silver. Many of you may have heard that NaNoWriMo, the organization, is going away. I know a lot of writers who, regardless of how they feel about Nano, still do like a big goal in November and then smaller goals in April and July, excuse me. And I kind of fall into that camp. I have a writing group that sets goals those months, and I really enjoy, especially the camps actually. So I did set a goal for this April, and that is 52.5 hours divided between my two projects, Project Gold and Project King, which I plan to have 21 writing days this month. I don't write on Sundays, and obviously there's a couple of days that I have other things planned. So that works out to about 2.5 hours specifically in the project, working on the project, per writing day, which is not super ambitious for someone who wants to be like a full-time writer. I do have client work that I do, and I'm busy trying to promote Showing Silver. So I do have to divide my time, but I am looking forward to it. Today is April 3rd, and I am actually a little bit behind my goal so far. I'm using TrackBear this year to track like my progress and my goals, and I love the little graphs they have. And the writing group I'm in actually set up a leaderboard on that website so we can all kind of have fun with each other. We're not particularly competitive. I know some writers tend to be with word counts just because it helps push themselves, but we're more like just cheering each other on. So I'm enjoying that. With the two specific projects, I have gotten, let me look at it, Project Gold, which is the sequel to Showing Silver. I do have a real title, but I'm not sharing it yet. I have been kind of in the brainstorming phases. There's 2 point of view characters for this one, although Showing Silver only has one. So I've been brainstorming Kira's story. I know the gist of what I want to happen. I know her character arc. I know where she's going to be, what she's going to be doing, but I don't have like a scene by scene yet. So I'm kind of working towards that. I do have the first, how many chapters do I have? Like truly, I think I have the first 2 chapters fully scene by scene. I know what I need to do. So I will probably draft that this week, maybe next week. And then I've also returned to an old project, which I had fully drafted in 2020, but then I rewrote it completely. And I think the draft I'm working on, if you don't go by like individual passes, if it's like rounds of edits, is probably draft 4. But I'm considering it the last, 2 screens, moving it over here. I'm considering it the last like major developmental edit. After this, I plan to put it in the hands of beta readers. It will not see publication until after Project Gold, because Project Gold is the main focus. Project Gold, I want to get to readers as soon as possible because, I'm impatient when I've read a book and I want the sequel. So I don't want to put anyone else in that position more than I have to. But I am someone who somewhat struggles to focus on one project. I will get bored with it. I'll actually write less by only having one project. I write more if I have two. It's a weird thing, but that's just how my brain works. If I'm drafting one and editing another, I speed up. So I have been sort of refamiliarizing myself with where I left off in Project King. I've read the first, I think, 2 chapters, and I started building a series guide because I built one for Showing Silver, and I have absolutely no regrets. It has set me up for Project Gold. So yeah, I'm building a series guide for that because I plan that one to be at least 5 books. I have the first 5, the core idea of what I want to be in that book, who the main character is. For 3 of them, I actually know the character arcs and a bit of the plot. So I have, again, moving it over here, I have to read up through chapter 11 of 37 chapters. So chapter 1 through 11 should be, like, quote unquote fully edited. Well, excuse me, let me move this. My audio cut out, so I will pick up a few days later. It's probably a good thing because I was wandering off. So with my goal, there has been a little bit of progress, but not as much as I want there to be. I'm still behind, but I am making progress in both Project Gold and Project King. And I have, let's see, so for Project King, I've made it up through, like, I've reread through chapter 5 and built the series guide up to there. I'm going to keep doing that. Hopefully by the end of the week, I can just be at the part where I've finished my edits, which would be chapter 11, but I'm changing a few things as I go, catching a lot of typos and things like that. And then Project Gold, I actually just this morning had a real breakthrough, and I'm very excited about it. I've been having so much trouble getting started with the actual writing part. I've been stuck in planning mode, which is really weird for me because I'm not much of a planner. But I kept saying, sequels are so hard. Sequels are hard. I didn't realize sequels were so hard. So, minor spoilers for Showing Silver coming up. I don't really consider them spoilers, but if you are someone who really must not know anything, skip ahead to the end. So what happened was I had intended to put in a second point of view character for the sequel, and the way that I introduced her just isn't working. She's kind of trying to pull the book into romantasy territory, and while there is romance in the Arkan duology, I would not consider it a romantasy or even close to that. Romance is not the point of the book. If you took out the romance, the book would still have a complete plot unrelated to the romance. And I don't want the sequel to turn into one. So I'm removing her romance subplot completely. I love this character that I introduced. She is very proactive. She has kind of a culture shock with the kingdom that she's coming into. And I just really like the character. But I do think that she adds another layer to the storytelling that I want to have in this concluding book. And Kira's still the main character. She's still the main point of view. I intend her portion to be significantly longer than the other character's portion. But I do want to maintain both point of views. And this morning I realized exactly why it wasn't working. And I figured out a way to fix it, I hope. I'm getting a second opinion from a couple of friends, but I think it'll work out. And I'm very happy about that. And yeah, so sorry for saying "and" a million times, but sometimes when you're writing, things just need to stew. So that's kind of where I am. If you've watched this long, thank you for joining me. If you like what you saw, like and subscribe, and I hope to see you next time. Next week we will have a bonus video, and then 2 weeks from now you'll see another writing vlog with updates on my 2 projects and probably where I am with Showing Silver, which is coming out at the beginning of next month. So there is a lot going on in the background for that. ARCs, bookstores, that kind of thing. So, yeah.